Hello and welcome to the Manifest to Live Life Golden Show. This is season 2, episode 28. Are you connected to your true desires? So, what sparked this show for me is a show that you guys will be able to watch on Thursday at noon Pacific. It's going to launch live on YouTube on the E360 app. If you look for Achieve TV, it's on there as well. And it's also on my Facebook page, The Golden Hour. I interview Katrina Starr. She is absolutely amazing. And we have this in depth conversation about desires connecting to the true love of who we are, which connects us with prosperity, with possibilities, with all the things in life that we say we want. So, getting in touch with your desires is a huge piece of the manifestation game. If you don't know what you want, your energy will not be strong enough to bring it in. So we've got to get really clear about the desires. Now, this is the challenge to connecting to our desires. We've got a lot of programming that says that we shouldn't want things, that wanting things is selfish, that asking for what we need is not okay because we should be pleasing everybody else and we should be putting everybody else above us. Anybody forced to share when they were little? Yeah. Sharing was the very first lesson that we got in putting somebody else above us. We should let them play with our toys because their needs are more important than ours. So we've got to let go of some programming. We've got to unwind this stuff so we can figure out exactly what it is that might be slowing down our energy field or blocking our manifestations or just creating a life that is less than. Connecting with your desires is all about living a more fulfilled and joyful life where you're not running around doing all these things to try to feel better, that you're actually waking up every day excited about your life and excited about what's coming. I got a lot of exciting things going on and I want to share so bad, but for another show. I'll share a little bit today about some of the things that I've been doing to actually connect with my desires because I've kind of let everything go over the last couple of months. I let my coaching programs go, and I'm just like, I basically like cleaned house on a lot of things. And because of that, now I've got this open field, which can feel a little scary and a little lonely and a little like, holy cow, what am I doing now? But it is necessary in this ebb of flow and creating to take the space to clean house when things aren't working, when they're not feeding your soul, to just kind of say, all right, I'm going to wipe the slate clear so that I can actually start creating what I really want. I've done this many times in my life, and it is really beneficial to me because then I know I'm listening to my heart. Then I know I'm not just being driven by money when I can take the time to meditate, to get clear about what I want, to answer the call to what is the most exciting thing that I can do next. And that's really cool. One of the cool things about this ebb and flow thing that I've realized over the last couple of weeks is I've kind of stepped back into my home and taking care of my home. So I think I shared recently that my daughters didn't want the cleaning ladies to come anymore because they wanted to do it. Well, you know how that goes. But I realized we're all a team. So I like cleaning. I know that's bizarre, but I really do like cleaning. And I like the feeling of cleaning the energy in our house. We've got some energy sprays, Palo Santo. We've got some things. So cleaning the house and having the intention of this beautiful space really feels amazing to own it in a different way than I ever did before, because now I'm choosing to do it. So we've done a little decorating, kind of some fall stuff, and the house just feels so good. And we're actually creating a new outdoor space. So we're going to bring our little sanctuary outside. We always had this space, but we have a fire pit, and the couch we had was falling apart and it was hard to throw away because we spent so much money on it. And we just decided to create a room with a roof and a beautiful space. So I'm excited to share that. But that was like the next exciting thing for me. I just got so excited about it. And then I started cooking some more. I love to cook. So taking care of my family and doing different, like, really kind things for them, visiting my girls at work, just really loving. That's what this is all about. Really loving and being in relationship with those that I love and being present, getting back to nature, going for my walks, all feels so good. And because of that, now I have a lot of new and exciting things like around me that I don't know what's going to happen and I don't know where they're going to go, but I'm going to share them as they do. So sometimes that's what life calls us to do, to just kind of pull back a little bit and say, all right, what in my life is feeding my soul? And what is pulling away from it? What is bringing me down? What is not bringing me joy? And it could be something. I had something very surprising happen recently where I thought it was my joy. I thought I was having a good time. And I realized that it was really just a habit and it was starting to be forced and I needed to pull away from it. So sometimes that thing that started out as joy and fun and excitement has kind of run its course. And that's what's going to happen in our life because we're living, expanding, and growing. The things that really fed our soul before might not anymore. You may change careers all of a sudden. You may change friends all of a sudden. Like, because we're expanding and growing, and not everyone is expanding and growing at the same time. That's important to understand. So if you're elevating, if you're raising your vibration, if you're meditating a lot, if you're doing a lot of the spiritual work, you may not be connecting with the same people in the same way. So in that, you got to do a little bit of cleaning house. Also, cleaning your house, your actual house, cleaning things out. We've been getting rid of a lot of things. Feels incredible. It feels amazing. It's so good for your spirit to just let things go and to release energy, and even to look at things and like, where did I get this from? If you have something and let's say it was from a friend and that friendship ended and maybe it ended badly, it's a good idea to get rid of that stuff, because a lot of times it can bring up memories that are painful that will bring you into lower vibrations for no reason other than you have this stuff around you. Broken things, get rid of your broken things. I am recently just like getting rid of the broken things, or getting rid of rugs that are stained that I've wanted to get rid of for a long, just different things like that, is like cleaning my house and making things feel so amazing and incredible, is a huge part of elevating your experience. Okay. So true desires go much deeper than surface desires. So if you're new to the law of attraction game, you're new to universal law, you're new to manifesting, a lot of your energy and a lot of your connecting with what you want can be very surface. When I first learned about law of attraction, it was very surface. I had my dream board up, I wanted my sports car, I wanted, all these big diamond rings, all that stuff, right? So looking at that, I wanted to just win the lottery. Good Lord, if we could just win the lottery, our lives would be better. We'd have no problems. And we all know deep down that none of that is true. That, when you have more money, sometimes you have more problems. You have more to manage. So it's not just about, I need more money, or I need more fame, or I need more attention, I need more attention. All of that stuff is going to get you to a very surface level of living. So here are some of the deeper things that I'm coming to discover just recently. So one of the things is money. Okay, so money, and you have to watch my show with Katrina Starr. It's really good. And I would even highly recommend signing up for her program. I actually have her website right here in case you don't grab that show, but you should go check her out, katrinastarr.com. She really is amazing. And she does a lot of stuff with breath work, which I truly believe that breath work is that fuller connection to who we are. When we breathe, when we stop, when we're present, we are fully present to our spiritual connection with the divine. So she teaches breath work to connect with your true desires that allows you to become more prosperous. It's such a cool conversation. And what she's doing is like so inspiring in the world. So when you connect to your true desires and you understand that money is a vehicle that really wants to have a good relationship with you. Many of us grew up with hating money or not having enough money, or just feeling like our relationship with money was strained. So if every time you think about money and you feel a dip in your vibration, you feel like, you don't feel good, that you've got to take a look at that. You got to clear that out, because money will not come to somebody who hates it. Okay. Money doesn't come to those that despise it. So you've got to clean up that story. How do I really feel about money? Do I feel it's abundant? Do I feel it's flowing? Do I feel it's coming to me? All of those things are super duper important. So then when it comes to your true desires, it's getting underneath this surface stuff, right? Like drilling down. It's that whole why game. Why do I want this? Why do I want money? Why do I want a big diamond ring? I've realized I really don't want to. I mean, diamond rings, I like diamond rings. I have a nice diamond ring. They're shiny. I like shiny, blingy things. But the truth is, if you look at the diamond story, it kind of ruined it for us. Like how they took all the diamonds and they put them in one place. And then they had all these campaigns to market it that diamonds meant love. And it's actually kind of a programming. So I've kind of moved away from needing that and wanting that. Um, and part of it was like wanting to feel wealthy, wanting to feel abundant, which I do. So I don't have that lack anymore. Looking at all the different ways that you do that and the things that you want. Like, why do I want that? Why do I want to win the lottery? At this point, it would be fun, right? It'd be fun. I don't need to win the lottery. It would be fun. I would like that experience. I would like that, all of a sudden. But I also like to kind of put it out there that, like, if that's in my highest and best, it might not be. Creating money is really fun as well. And I like showing myself how my intention and my connection to my worthiness is shown to me through what's flowing into my life. So, in your meditating, okay, hopefully you're meditating. You got to be meditating. If you need some help with that, we have the M21 Revolution on Facebook. Love this group so much. We have a 21-day challenge that is pinned to the top. And then we do live challenges every once in a while that are donation based. But you can get in here for free. You can take advantage of all of our videos, all of our instruction, and create a meditation practice. As you're meditating, as you're getting deeper, as you're getting quiet, you're going to connect. You're going to connect with bliss. You're going to connect with that deeper sense of self. You're going to have more awarenesses. You're going to have all these connections to the things that need to be healed, the things that you no longer want to do anymore. You're just going to have a lot more power in what you decide happens in your mind. Now, if you're a meditator and you don't feel that way, you don't feel like you're having power, I would really I would really I would implore you to go deeper in your meditation practice, and all that takes is just calling yourself deeper, getting more and more present and calling yourself deeper, inviting in that divine energy and angelic energy to be with you, to bring you to deeper places. um, you have to take the time. That's the thing. You have to put in the time to actually create the connection and to deepen the connection. A little while ago, I put up, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Manifest to Live Life Golden, and you let me know either on Facebook, Instagram, or through email, livelifegolden@gmail, I will send you a free meditation for deepening your practice. Um, so yeah, come with me on there. The subscribers on YouTube, as I watch those go up, I get elevation. Like I feel really good. And it's not about attention at this point. So this is the deeper part of what I'm coming to understand about what I'm doing. It's not about the eyes. It's not about the attention. It's not about the ego, although it has in the past for sure, just wanting to be big. And then I say things and I go, well, I just want my message to get out there because I really have so much joy in my life and I want people to experience my joy. And then all of a sudden connecting with, it doesn't matter if it comes from me. Like that's what just recently I've realized is what I am bringing to the world isn't just me. It's not just my information. It's who I connect with and who I am able to put on a forum for people to listen to. So those inspiring, impactful stories are going to keep coming. On the live section on my YouTube channel is where the golden hour usually shows up live, 12 o'clock, 12 noon Pacific on Thursdays. So we're going to do more of that stuff. But recognizing that and going, oh, it's not about that. And it's not about making money. It's not about that anymore. To take the money off the table and just say, I'm going to create and I'm going to have fun and there's going to be exchange of value. And I trust in the law of compensation is probably one of the most freeing places I've ever been spiritually. And it's going to hold. It's going to hold. I was going to say, hopefully it's going to hold. It's going to hold. It's going to hold because it's a whole new awareness around what I'm doing. It's an up level, right? It's an up level. Okay. So when it comes to deepening your desires, it's fostering that deeper relationship within yourself. It's going within your heart. It's listening. It's starting a practice of asking yourself, what do I really want out of this situation? Or what do I really want from this person? Instead of deflecting. So I'm taking this acting class. I'm so excited to be taking this acting class because I'm learning. I've only taken one class, but I learned so much in that one class just about myself, about relationships, and about witnessing other people. We did this exercise where we were witnessing someone else. And while I was doing this with my partner, he said, "You're deflecting." And he said that twice. And then I started to realize, how do I deflect in my own life? And I deflect in my own life and you deflect in your life when you push away your desires. When you go, no, 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 it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to make waves. And that was another thing our acting teacher said, is like, what do you run away from so that you don't make waves? And that was me and my family growing up. I was the peacekeeper. So where did I not ever connect with my own desires because I was too busy trying to make sure that everybody else was okay? Because I didn't want drama. I didn't want confrontation. So many of us are hardwired like that. So we got to undo those wires and we have to start practicing. Also, how I respond or how you respond when you're in relationship with people, right? Are you connecting with what you want, or are you afraid of rejection for asking for what you want? Are you afraid you won't be liked for being assertive, right? I remember a long time ago, I can't believe this is coming up. One of my English teachers, okay, so I had a group, right? Like where you do the groups, and we were doing a group project, and I ended up doing all of the group project because people weren't showing up and I wasn't going to get a bad grade. So I did the whole thing and I let my teacher know. And I was so mad about this at the time. And now it's like, boom, it's right here in front of me. And she said, "You're all getting the same." I told her, I'm like tattletaling on these people. I did the whole project. And she said, "You need to be more assertive. Let this be a lesson for you in being more assertive. Everyone's going to get the grade that you got." And I got so mad about that because I was like, that's not fair. Well, if you're not going to speak up, how are people going to know how you feel? If I'd gone to those kids and said, "Hey, listen, I'm not doing your work for you," right? But I was trying to keep the peace. I was trying to be popular. I was trying to be the cool girl that did everybody's work and then sneak on the side and tell the teacher they didn't do it. So where are you doing that in your life? Another realization, God, they're coming strong and fast. Another realization I had was about rejection. So there's so often that and maybe you find this too, where you think a thought about someone, like they're wearing a pretty dress, right? And you don't say anything. You think, "Oh, that's a really pretty dress," and you don't say anything. Or you like someone's hair and you don't say anything. Or you see someone who's attractive and you don't say anything. Or so many things that we think about people and we don't say it. And a lot of times they're nice things that could potentially make that person stay. I was walking recently and this guy said to me I was just finishing my walk and he was coming out and he said, oh no, he was running by me and he said, "Good job. You did a great job." And I was like, God, that felt amazing. Like just being out here walking, I'm doing a great job. That elevated me for hours, maybe the whole day. Maybe that made my whole day. So we have power to do that for people. So when I see someone, actually, I recently rolled down my window. We were driving and people park on the side of the road near the beach and stuff. And I saw this girl in this beautiful dress and I rolled down my window and I said, "Hey, you make that dress look really beautiful." Because we've thought about it and we don't want to give credit to the dress anymore. So we're going to give credit to the person who's wearing the dress because they're making it beautiful. And she was like, "Oh my gosh." And my husband's like, "You may have just made that girl's life." Like, it's so elevating. I keep using the word elevating because my favorite group is the Elevators, but it's so elevating to do that. It really is. And to use our words to uplift people when we think it. If we don't say it, it doesn't go anywhere. it gets lost. It's like this beautiful energy that just evaporates into the air. So I'm practicing that. But one of the things that I realized is not everyone is receptive, right? Like not everybody's social, not everybody is present. Many people are in business mode, so they are not going to react in the way that I would hope they would. I would hope there'd be some cool exchange. So I realized that by not doing this, by being fearful that someone's going to reject me or not exchange in the way that I want, I am denying myself of experiences because I'm judging it before I even do it. So putting yourself out there is another way of connecting with others, connecting with yourself, with your own desires to say something. So I'm practicing and I'm realizing it doesn't matter. Today I passed a guy and he was looking through binoculars and I said, "Do you see anything good?" Like all you need is a question to open up with people. And he said, "Oh, I have to go home and look on my computer. I can't really see." And I told him about the falcon I saw the other day. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I'm like, I stood there for a while and I studied it because I really wanted to know what it was. Because y'all know I love to look up totems and see what this falcon means for my life. And I shared that and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool." And I was like, "Well, I saw him right along here, so maybe now he'll manifest seeing a falcon. How cool is that?" Uh, but having a little question helps. I was standing in, this is where this awareness really started to come to be for me. I was in Santa Barbara and I was standing in line for this bathroom and it was in this really awkward, like back of a kitchen. I don't know if where you guys live, if they do this, but in California, a lot of times you got to walk through the kitchen to get to the bathroom. So I'm like standing awkwardly, like in this spot, and this gentleman comes with a little boy and he asks me how my day is going. And he started this whole like really great conversation. And I was like, this is what being open to receiving is. And then we have experiences with people. So that is part of us connecting with our desires, is when we have a desire to talk to someone, to freaking talk to them and stop being socially awkward and stop feeling this fear of rejection and start asking questions and start saying what we want to say and start asking for what we want to ask. There's so much in this, you guys. I'm so happy and I feel so incredibly blessed that I have Katrina coming on the show on Thursday. Um, you're going to love her and you're going to love what we actually dive into together. But connecting with your desires is a big piece of manifesting. You're not going to manifest if you're all over the place. I've shared this a million times. If you have wishy-washy energy, the universe cannot deliver because there's not a strong enough wave. You got little waves. That's it. You don't have the big waves that are actually going to create physical matter. So getting clear on your desires. What do I really want? And getting out of the this is what I don't want. So desires often come on the tail of what you don't want. I share a lot with people that when something doesn't happen for you, when you thought something was going to happen and you were really excited about it and you got disappointed that it didn't happen, there is an invitation there for you to discover what you really want. Because destiny wise, that wasn't the right thing for you. And now you can clarify and fine tune your desires even further. I also share, you got to write it down. You got to write it down because writing is the strongest form of focus. So right now I am in the beginning phases of looking for a location to potentially have a recording studio and an event space so I can start doing workshops, seminars, and inviting other people in to do their stuff. And it's scary because it's putting myself out, it's putting money out. It's like, can I really do this? Is this really a smart idea? All of that stuff. So I'm in the beginning phases of it where I'm just starting to look at locations. My husband said to me the other night, because I said, I really feel strongly that this is what I need to do. And he said, have you written it down? And I was like, ugh. But I did. I did today. I wrote it down. Exactly what I want. Awesome location, great parking. Space feels amazing. Energy feels good. I'd like 2 rooms, one for recording, one for, and then here's a dream, and I can't wait to share when this one comes true. This little guy right here, my little Buddha dude from Brian Zion. You can find him on Instagram. he has a giant one of these, like, I don't know, 6 feet. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. So I see this puppy on my wall. I see him on my wall in all his glory. So we're going to talk to Brian about that and maybe doing a little consignment deal where we can have him in my. So that's my picture. That's my vision, right? You got to have the vision. You got to have the knowing. You got to have the ability to manifest, means you have the ability to know what that desire is and to know it strongly, to really know it strongly in your heart. Now, also, it's about following energy. So for me with this thing, I'm going to make a couple of appointments. I'm going to go look at a couple of locations and I'm going to see how it feels. If it feels off, if it doesn't feel right, I'm going to pull back and then I'm going to watch the energy field, because most likely I'm not going to find this location from doing it that way. It always comes from a very unexpected way. And that's what I love about manifesting. My daughter recently is a hip hopper. And not recently, she did hip hop all through high school. And this is an indication of desire and things coming unexpectedly. So she, stopped dancing after high school, and we took a couple of classes with her, did some adult classes, and I keep, prompting her, you got to do this, you got to do this. And again, she's good about kind of taking it back and really formulating her desire and figuring out what she wants. So we started to go to a hip hop class at our gym of all places. And she met the most incredible people there who own a studio. And one of the gentlemen that actually she went to his party the other night was like, he worked with Michael Jackson. Like, it's crazy. And he's obsessed with her and he wants her to be his prodigy. So unexpected places, like, you don't know where this stuff is going to come from, but you must be clear about your desires in order to really manifest them, and to manifest them in a more timely fashion. If you have something for over a long period of time that you have wanted and it's not coming, you got to shift your energy on it. You either need to let it go or you need to work on it in a different way. Energy begets energy. So you're either not giving it enough energy, or you're not giving it the right energy, or you're not connecting with your true desires. So go in, do some journaling, meditate, get quiet, ask yourself, what do I really want? And if things are triggering you and they're not feeling good, it's because you are going against the grain of what you really want. You are ignoring your intuition, you are ignoring your inner guidance. And when you do that, you will always interrupt the flow of manifesting from your power. So it's really connected to power. This desire thing is really connected to power. And, there's a lot of philosophies that say, we shouldn't have desires because that's suffering. Desire is suffering. I think that's Buddhism that says there is all suffering and desire. Desire creates suffering. But in my belief system, the desire is what creates. So when we have desires, we are creating life itself. The desire is driving our ability to express in this universe. And without desire, where is life calling us to? I feel like life would be kind of boring if we were just humdrum all the time. The desire is the excitement. The journey to the manifestation is the excitement. It's the adventure. It's adventure is where it's at. Desire creates adventure. It gets you out of your comfort zone, hopefully. It'll get you to do new things. That was part of the acting class, was getting myself out, doing new things. I went to a networking event last week. I haven't done that in a really long time. That was a trip, just to get myself out and to create and express with others, because our connection to others is super important. That's where we feed our souls. That's where we feel like we matter. That's where we feel like fulfilled, is when we're in good, solid relationships with others and we are creating and expressing with them. This isn't a solo journey. You can take it into a solo journey. There's plenty of monks that do that, and plenty of spiritual gurus that say go into Jesus did it, went up to the mountains for 40 days. I believe there's a time and a place for that, but I also really feel strongly that being together and really creating this cool experiences together There's so much joy in that. There's so much adventure in that. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want for all of us. I want us all to really understand the joy of life, to really understand that you have the power. You have the power to create the joy in life, but there are things that you need to let go of. There are beliefs, there are energies, there are frequencies, there are vibrations that you need to drop. You need to let go of them. Those things that are sucking the life out of you, the things that are not feeding your soul. So get really clear about that first in your journey. Like, what's not feeling good? It's really easy to do things for money. I get it. I totally get it. But if it's really not feeding your soul, it is never going to lead you to any sort of prosperity or abundance, because abundance is an energy field that lives up there with love and gratitude. So if you've got something that's bringing you down, you're not going to manifest abundance because you're in the lower frequencies and it's zapping you. It's taking out all your joy. I see a lot of people do this, and I'll just briefly touch on this. I see a lot of people do this with the world news, with what's going on in the world. And when you allow that to erode at you, you are not being a productive creator. You're not, because you're allowing somebody else to have power over you. There is no power over us. We have the ability to create and manifest beyond. We have the ability, okay, here, we'll go a little deep, we'll get a little esoteric on you. We have the ability to create from different timelines. So we have the ability to get on a different world, to be in a different world than what they say is going to happen. Let's stop looking at what's going to happen and assuming it's going to happen if we don't want it to. And let's start focusing. Let's focus, people, on what we want to happen, on what we want to manifest in the world that we want to live in, because we are the creators. We are the powerful creators who are here to express and to live an adventure full of joy. That's us. That's what we got. All right, super short show today. I love to do these little shorties, but you do have an hour-long show coming up on the Golden Hour on Thursday at noon Pacific. So excited. And my next show, I'll share what we had going on this week that I can't share yet, but I cannot wait to share it with you. It's so much fun. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to share. My Mindful Manifestation Secrets is available on Amazon. That is like the how-to of manifesting. It's also our journey from Connecticut to California and how we sold everything we owned. Super short book, really impactful. You can get that on Amazon. And Mindful Manifestation Secrets Daily Guide and Journal, one of my favorites. Love this puppy. Lots of journaling. This actually will help you to create a deeper connection with your desires. There's a lot of good questions in here. There's a lot of journaling space. There's intentions, and there's 100 pages of information about the daily guide to being in a high vibration and to being the most powerful creator you can. All right, you guys, I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Peace.